I was so desperate. I couldn't find the money. We had a small congregation. Most of them were with Romanian immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
And so the funds were very small. And we needed some construction materials.
Yes.
So I went to one of these shop warehouse that sold construction materials. So I met with the manager. I wanted to meet with the manager. I didn't want to talk with any salesman around.
Yes, yes.
So I wanted to meet with the manager. I met with the manager, and I said I need. I gave him a list with things that I needed for our reconstruction. And he looked at me and he said, no problem, Father, we can help you with that. Yeah, we have all the material. What is your budget? And I said, $175. And he started laughing right away. He said, $175, yes. He said, Father, with $175, I can give you the last 2 items, and those are nails. I said, okay, if that's what you can give me, then I will ask you one thing. I'm going home now, and I'm going to pray for you to find the solution for me.
Wow.
And I want you to look for every possible way that you can give me all these materials for $175.
Wow.
And he said, hey, Father, it's not possible. I said, listen, you keep the list. I go home and pray. You work on this.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, so it was, I think, the next day or about 2 days later, he calls me. He said, Father, I have all your materials and some more. I said, fine.
Wow.
I said, oh, just keep in mind, I still have $175. He said, it doesn't cost you a penny.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Okay. We met. He brought everything there, a lot more than we needed.
Wow.
And he said that evening, he called his mother and he told the story. And he said his mother told him, if this priest told you that he only has $175, then he's telling you the truth. You better help him. I didn't raise a son who doesn't help at church. So you find a way, my son, until you help him. Then he asked me, when we met, he said, Father, do you know my mother? I have no idea.
Wow.
But see how things work together. People who are of faith, people who have that little tiny grain of a mustard that is faith, can move mountains. Mountains, we don't have to, really get them bulldozers or dynamite mountains and move them. Mountains these mountains are our own passions, our own desires, our own egos. Oh, that's a big mountain right there. That's Himalaya is nothing next to our own egos, because if we can move those things, we can do a lot of things. We can renew the whole universe. But if we stay within those mountains, we're safe, we protected, we warm, everything is good. We don't want to get out of there. But once we remove those mountains and make room for somebody else to join us, then things are better. Things change. The whole world has a different look. So I mentioned earlier, people who think alike, people who bring the positive from their hearts to your life, and that makes the whole society better. That makes everything, the communities, the people. We don't need the mountains. We don't need these mountains of hate, of egotistic attitude, of indifference. Indifference is probably as worse as hate. So all of these mountains can be removed if we just make a little crack in our heart to let love connect to someone else.
Very interesting story. Wow.
Yes. Father Eugen, what you keeps awake at night?
Nothing.
Yeah.
To sleep like a baby is a wonderful thing. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, but it's a wonderful thing. To not be awake or to not be bothered by anything at night, it means that you have nothing left undone during the day. Okay? You take care of your family, you take care of yourself, you take care of your dog. Do you have a dog?
No, we
No.
have kids.
Yeah, we have a little multiple who's a cute he's a cute dog. And he wants his own attention, you know, he wants his own time.
Yes.
So when you take care of everything that is needed to be put in place, and if you go at night, if you go to bed by hugging your family, kissing them, and at peace with everyone and with yourself, there is no reason to wake up in the middle of the night about anything. You know?
Yes, you have
Awesome.
right. What advice would you give to someone starting out?
When I was younger, I had so many advices for every situation and for every person. As I dyed my hair and pulled some out, with age, I realized that people don't need necessarily advice. Because advice is something that I tell you what to do, not only what to do, but what is good for you.
Yes.
Okay. In the Gospel of Matthew, there is a text when Jesus is calling his disciples, "Come, follow me." And "come, follow me" is a very interesting thing in the concept of advising someone. With this advice, Jesus stands against all the gurus in the world. And I'll tell you why. Come follow me. You follow me. Let's say we walk for 10 kilometers. If I asked you to follow me, I will make sure that you have proper shoes to walk, that you have water to drink while we're walking. I have food for you while we're walking. I will have a shelter for you when we get at the end. I will check on you to see if you are okay, if you're doing great, if there's pain, if there's something, if you're tired, if we need to take a break. You know, following someone is not just turning the back and now you're following. You know,
Wow.
When Jesus is asking his disciples to follow him, he's not telling him that I don't care about you. You just have to follow me because I cannot see. I have no eyes in the back of my head. So don't expect me to stop to take care of you. No, follow me. It means if you follow me, I will do everything I can so you can make it to the end. So you can be successful. And why I said that Jesus with this follow me stands against all the gurus in the world, very simple. Because if you listen to all the gurus, they give only advice. If you want money, follow the money. If you want love, follow your heart. And it's not some in the end, you are on your own. You are by yourself. There's nobody there to help you, to give you a hand, to give you a glass of water, to give you a sandwich, to say, okay, let's take a break. Let's talk about, is this too hard for you? Is it too much? Do we need to walk at a different pace? The guru is telling you, just go and do it. How you're going to succeed, you don't know because there was no script for it. And there is no one there is no one to ask. You are by yourself in this journey, and you don't know how to do it. So, as a formal advice, before everything starts with an idea. So you have a brilliant idea, great. Everybody has brilliant ideas. As a parish priest, I've heard many brilliant ideas. Everybody came to the parish council with a brilliant idea, but they dropped the ideas on the table and they expected me to do that. I said, great, ideas are great, but now let's do this. You will be in charge of it. Oh, I don't have the time. Then don't come with new ideas. I have ideas too. So it's, you cannot just drop an idea to someone and expect that person to fulfill your dreams. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But when you start with an idea, you have to map a plan. Yeah, the idea becomes a plan, and the plan has to be mapped, has to have all the, let's say, geographical thing, the rivers, the hills, the valleys, and so forth. So you have to map the things. How am I going to go from this point to this point? So from A to Z, what am I facing here? What are the phases? What each, and once you have a map, have somebody look over, ask someone, and as you move on with the plan, with the project, with your idea, have somebody check on you. Don't go alone. Going alone, you can easily get lost, even if you have a map in your hand.
Yes.
The map doesn't guarantee you that you can finish in the right place. So you have to ask sometimes, where am I? How am I doing? How are things going? Is this the right thing? Do I need to add anything? Do I need to change? Do I need to revise and maybe rework the whole thing? So it's and you have to work hard. You cannot just have an idea, drop it on the table, have somebody work for you, and then, oh, by the way, I have this. You have to put the sweat in it. You have to work on it. Muscle it out, knit it, make it work, make it visible. Otherwise, it's just, it can be a discussion at a coffee shop. We meet there, we have a cup of coffee, talk about, exchange ideas. Oh, that's great. Silviana, that was a brilliant idea. How about that? Just go ahead. You have to do the work. You have to do the work, and you have to work with people who can help you.
Yes.
No matter how brilliant the idea is. Einstein, as brilliant as he was, he never worked alone. He had a team of scientists who worked with him and made him the success that he is today, and he's going to be probably for centuries.
Yes.
I'll give you another idea about the success. Someone I admire very much, Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla, on the other hand, he didn't know how to work with people, so he ended up working on his own, and not being able to bring the people of like mind around him led to a successful failure. And he was pushed for at least 50 or 60 years on the side of everything, scientists and the society. Nobody paid attention to anything, and most of his ideas were stolen by others and used in different ways. And
yes,
poor man, he died in poverty.
Wow.
And probably with some serious health issues that we don't know yet.
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting. What was something that you had to give up to get where you are today?
Silviana, there was one thing that I had to give up was to learn to say no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought that helping people was a good thing. And don't get me wrong, it was a good thing. I enjoyed it. But at the time, there was a time when I just couldn't do it anymore. I felt abused. I felt that the people whom I helped were not respecting me. Because, for instance, they would call me with deadlines of 24, maybe 48 hours to write something of importance. You know, I don't have 24 hours, you know, to do only one thing. So when I said no for the first time, I felt guilty for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
But in the end, it was beneficial to me.
Yes.
Because I wasn't that source that was available there all the time. You know, like, I don't know, you have a wardrobe where you hang your coat when you come out from the street. You know that hook is there. So, you know, I wasn't that hook anymore, and that in the end made me feel good, because I realized I can say no, and the sky is not falling on me, and actually I have more time for myself. So it was a very good thing. It was a very good thing. So learning to say no early in life will get you faster to do the things that you want, to do the things that you love.
Yes.
Awesome.
What is the story behind your success?
Success comes in many forms. Is not something that you can measure success with anything. There is no measuring unit. Such.
Yes.
And you can have success in many ways. You know, you can have a student who excels in mathematics and gets only the high grades, and you can have a student who struggles with mathematics and suddenly poof, you know, figures out something. For the student who struggles with mathematics, and when he or she figures out, wow, that's the way to do it, now that's success.
Yes.
For the one who mathematics is like, you know, drinking water, there's no success there, because it comes and goes in the same it's almost a routine that doesn't give any taste of something different. It's the same thing. It's the same plain water. It's nothing there. But when you figure out something, that's success. So success doesn't have to be to fly on Mars, for instance. Okay, you can help somebody with $20 to buy food for a day, and that is success.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you can tell a story to someone and inspire that person, and that's success. So how can you make success visible? With everything we do. To do all of these things, I had my own. I bring my own upbringing from my parents, how they raised me, what the values that they instill in me, the core values that we have from childhood, and mold them and make them grow and make them better as we grow. The things that we learn over the years, you know, everything can lead to whatever success we want to achieve. But if we're looking to achieve success out of nothing, doing nothing, working on ourselves, it's hard. It's like waiting to win that big lottery ticket, you know. But you know, you're not doing basically anything to change that. You're just buying tickets, and that's it. So you have to do some work to make it visible, to make it happen.
Yes. Awesome. Father Eugen, what mistakes have you made along the way?
Oh, there are many. For some reason, I like perfection. And perfection can be a good thing if you know when to stop looking for, if you know when to stop to look for more details, for more information, to make it absolutely perfect. And sometimes we want perfection to happen here first, before we do anything with our hands, you know, to make it happen. And this perfectionism is another form of procrastination. Procrastination is that, yeah, I have time tomorrow, I'll do it next week, you know, it's not the right time. But then the other form of procrastination is, oh, I need to read more, I need to look more into it, I need to find more. I don't think I have enough information, I don't think I have enough money, I don't think I have enough time. So we're looking to make things perfect in our heads instead of start working. And as you work, you can make things perfect. So my biggest mistake is to learn to stop. Okay, I did this with my dissertation, you know, and I looking for material for my dissertation. I found an article, I found a book, I found in the book I saw in the bibliography 2-3 articles. Oh, I have to read those, I have to read those, I have to read those.
Yes.
And you know, I had a pile of notes for just, you know, maybe not even the whole chapter, just a section of a chapter, a small section of the chapter. But now I was getting lost in all of this material, and nothing was getting done. Nothing was getting in the page, in the dissertation. Everything was on notes, on the articles, notes on my little notes here. So, you know, being perfect is good, but looking for perfection in the head to make it perfect before it happens, it's a terrible thing. So that is my biggest mistake probably that I made, and I'm still working on it.
Awesome.
Very perfect mistake.
Well,
Wow.
I had very good professors, and they told me, you have enough stories, start writing now. You have enough material, just get things together. And when I talked with my advisor on the phone and went over my material, what I have, he said, okay, now start writing. Because, you know, I needed that, do it. That moment, okay, that shake, you know,
Yes.
that's enough. Go ahead. So, you know, immediately I had at least 3 or 4 pages in my dissertation done because of that moment. But anyway, like I said, it's a struggle. I'm working and I'm learning that you know, you can only have, let's say, 5 or 6 sources of information. Get what you get from there and start working after that, because in the end you have to tell your own story. You cannot just have a list of quotations from so many authors.
Wow. What did you have for breakfast today?
I had a boiled egg, 1 slice of toast, and vegetables.
Nice.
Nice.
When you have a difficult relationship, how do you get over it?
Or difficult relationships, I should say, are inevitable. You cannot get around. You know, we meet, our egos are met, and a clash of ideas, a clash of egos, clash of cultures. How dare you tell me? You know, and we see this between people, at least here in the United States. We see this people coming from different countries. You know, they try to bring the culture of each country against each other. Or if there's a situation where a woman is involved, you don't tell me. I'm a man. I know that. You know, so there are a lot of situations where challenges like this can lead nowhere and create extra problems. So you have one problem, and now with this kind of clash, you have multiple problems. Challenges like this don't have to lead into I win, you lose, in winners and losers. If the challenges go into that direction, who wins and who loses, there's never going to be a solution. Never.
Yes.
Even if the problem is temporarily solved, you know, it's like charcoal under ashes. The fire under ashes is still there.
Yes.
And when the wind blows the ashes, the flame comes out. So it's the temporary solution, you know, when one loses and one wins, is just a temporary thing. It's going to blow up bigger the second time. And the solution for challenges like this is to find a common ground where people meet together, can discuss civilized, can make things to be not to my advantage or to your advantage, is what is important for the whole group. Challenges like this are like I said, very, very often they come out and they are inevitable. But if we find the common ground where everybody is on the same note, we can settle things very easily.
Yes.
Yes,
You
yes,
have
yes.
right.